jump.
What's up, Orange Nation? Every great workout has to start with a great dynamic warm-up. We have 3 exercises, 1 minute each. We're gonna go through those 2 rounds for a total of 6 minutes. You ready, Felix? Let's do this. All right, our first exercise is gonna be the alternating bird dog. Get down into a tabletop position. Extend out one leg, the opposite arm extends out. Bring it back to your set position. Do the same thing on the other side. Reduce the range of motion for your option. The second exercise will be the plank walkout. So stand up, try to keep your legs nice and straight, walk out to a plank, walk right back, stretching through the hamstrings and stand up. The option, bend the knees as you go into the walkout. Our third exercise will be the around the world lunge. You're gonna stay on one side for all 3 movements.
I know, it was Saturday's warm-up.
Feet together, lunge to the side, feet together, lunge in reverse, and then we do the same exact thing on the other.
As we talked about, guys, if lunging either forward or backward doesn't work for you, do a squat instead. We got 1 minute in each of these moves, 2 rounds through. Let's get down to the ground for our all fours for that alternating bird dog. So again, right arm, left leg, left arm, right leg. I want you to think about reaching through the back of the knee. Think about keeping the belly button up so the spine is flat. We're balancing whatever it is we like to drink here in the morning to get our body really ready for our workout. Try to spread the fingers wide and flatten the palm completely against the ground. So we come a little more than halfway through. We should feel the shoulders waking up. We should feel the lower back waking up. We should feel the glutes. Drive the heel to the wall behind you. Do not arch through the lower back. We have about 10 seconds and we'll take it into that walkout. Maybe the walkout isn't so great for us. We'll talk about some options, don't worry. And begin, plank it up, walk it back, and stand it up. So maybe our hamstrings are a little tight. We need to add a little more bend in the knees. Maybe this big movement isn't so great for us. Take it from a child's pose into a kneeling plank and back to child's pose. We're still going to get movement through the lower body and through the upper body. We're still working on stretching out those hamstrings as we bring it forward to that kneeling plank. Halfway. $15. We'll go to that around the world lunge. And around the world lunge. Again, if that front lunge, if that reverse lunge isn't working for you, take it into a squat instead. A little more than halfway through, then we'll go back to those alternating bird dogs. Protecting our knee in the lunges, keeping the chest up. 15 seconds. Two, one, back down to the ground, all fours. We reach and lower. Again, we're not going into a fire hydrant. We're not trying to lift the hip up like we were marking our territory, but instead keeping the pelvis as flat as the shoulders. All we're doing is waking up the glutes, waking up the top part of the back. The swivel muscles between the shoulder blades. 30 seconds. $15. 5 seconds, we're taking it to the plank walkout. And plank it up. Walk it back. So this may be a lot on our wrists. If we need to, go ahead and stretch them out. Give them a little wiggle before we get back into it. Try to think about walking out and walking back with different hands each and every time. Just so we're not building patterning on one side and forgetting about the musculature on the other side. Halfway. Last thing I'm going to go ahead and correct you guys on is stop letting those hips sway side to side. Drive your legs straight back. We are not wiggling around. It's harder when you keep the core locked, I know. 10 seconds. Final one, and then we're around the world lunges. We go forward, we go side, we go back. And then we switch it up. When you go into that front lunge, you are pushing through the front heel to return to that set position. When you're in that reverse lunge, you're pushing through the big toe to find that set position. Halfway, and then we'll get into block number one. "15 seconds, friends, 15. And relax. Block number one, looking like it from June 10th. He's got a mini band in his hand, so I'm assuming we're going to do as well. Ooh, it's a shouldery block with some core tucked in there. So we're going to start here, guys. 6 minutes of fun. Isometric sumo squat, hold with the front raise. That means toes are out, feet are wide, tailbone tucked underneath, belly button to the spine, shoulders in that set position. Always think about core tight, press out of the band. We lift and lower 10 times. We then take it down onto the ground. We're going to find that glide. So it's a little hard. I wish they had done it demonstrated on the other side. But the left leg extends out like we just did in our warm-up, and the right arm's going to go to the side. After we get 10 of them, we're going to take it to the other side. Do not let those hands come all the way together. We're then going to find those arms up, shoulders off the ground, and we're going into a static crunch with scissors. Pressing out on the band, we should feel between the shoulder blades. We're lifting with our chest, not with our chin. We got 6 minutes here in total. Any questions? Feel free to hit me up on the mic if you need to. Let's get uncomfortable, team. 3, 2, 1, begin. So again, a little bit lighter in the mini band because we're here in the upper body. Sorry, I got the hiccups. If we only have one mini band, we only have one mini band to do what we need to do. If we don't have any mini bands at all, go ahead and grab a light weight, and we can do that front raise with a dumbbell instead. Or maybe a cat or a dog. Small children are pretty heavy. So again, on that glide, we're going opposite arm with the leg. So if the right leg is reaching back, the left arm is coming out and coming back in. Let's get all 10 done on one side before we move to the other. not gonna lie, the bird dog glide is one of those sneaky ones where it looks like it should be easy. The first 2 or 3 reps are super awesome. By the time you get to 7, you wonder what you've been doing with your life all of this time that you've been stuck here. So just think control. Think about keeping the hips stacked on top of the knee. Think about keeping the shoulders in that set position. I'm so proud of you guys, never missing a Monday, showing up today. I know, guys, it keeps getting tougher and tougher every day. Makes me prouder and prouder when you show up. Love it. If you need to, we can always reduce that band by letting go of it completely. Maybe we have a lighter band in the house. Maybe we just go bandless. We are a little more than halfway through. Keep up the good work, guys. Keep up the good shoulder work. Tank top season is upon us. So we want those shoulders and the shoulder calf to look beautiful. But what's more important about doing these exercises, guys, is we are working on strengthening the postural muscles. We've been spending a lot of extra time sitting, hunched, maybe in new ways than we used to do before. So we got to work on strengthening that space where we squeeze the peanut between the shoulder blades to help keep ourselves upright and tall. Good posture is sexy. "90 seconds. Last 60 seconds again. Our goal is at least 2 times through. We get more than 2, perfect. So on those front raises, we always have discussions about how wide is the proper width. Usually I say shoulder distance apart. I don't know about you ladies, but I have a little problem with the side boob sometimes if I'm only shoulder distance apart. So think about taking it wider than the girls and making sure we don't pinch them on the way down. Press it up. 15. Last 5. And done. If you guys need to, finish up those last few reps so we end in balance. We'll talk about block number 2. You can always use your listening ears while you're moving. 12 minutes here. It looks like we got 4 exercises. One of them we're going to repeat. So iso hip bridge to chest fly. Lay it down on the ground, hips up off the ground. If that's not working for you, lift your hips up off or put your hips back down on the ground. So notice that she's going to do 10 reps on the right arm. We're only doing 10 reps on that right arm, and then we're going to move on to our hollow hold alternating close grip chest press, 10 in total. So we press up, we press up. You guys notice that she's alternating, 5 on each side. We are then going, if it's too much on the lower back, go and bend the knees or bring the legs straight up to the sky. We are then going to roll it over, taking into a plank single arm low row on the left side. So we did the right side, we did the chest press, and then we're going push up to knee tuck. If we need to, we can step instead of that jump, or we can come down to that kneeling push up as well. Notice what those options are. We got 12 minutes of fun, 4 exercises total. Let's begin. So medium weight, somewhere in the neighborhood of those 10s, 12s, 15s. Then maybe we can get a little bit heavier with that single arm row. Again, only 4 exercises. One of them's just repeating in the middle of the block. Remember, with those hips up off the ground, the heels should only be hip distance apart. If you look down the line of your hips and you can see your heels, take your feet a little bit closer together. I inevitably run into everything. If we need to, that single arm low row can always be done from the knees. Just make sure those shoulders over top of those wrists. We run back into our downward facing dog, we're not getting that core engagement we're looking for. We should be able to use the same weights pretty much all the way through. When we get to that push up to knee tuck, remember, if I can get a little bit of cardio, we can always take it to a step instead. Beautiful, guys. Quarter of the way through the block. Come on, team, come on. You guys are rock stars. I know. It's Monday. Some of us are moving a little slower. All that matters is that we're moving. Why do all of these chest exercises feel so much harder than normal? It's because we burned out all the shoulder stabilizers in the first block. We found fatigue within the shoulder caps to create a more difficult sensation here Block number 2. So if you're struggling, it means you're doing it right, guys. Embrace the suck and just keep rocking and rolling. Loving it, team. Loving it. So remember, team, as we come up into that knee tuck, it is not a burpee. We're not bringing our whole body forward. Think about a running man with both legs. Back is flat, knees tuck up underneath the chest. We shoot them straight back into that plank position. Five minutes to go, guys. Yeah, on that tuck jump, don't let those booties rise to the sky. I'm talking to you, I'm talking to myself just as much as I'm talking to you, I promise. Nice, Jill, nice. I know, they're funky on my wrist too. There you go, Erin. Totally killing it, guys. Love it, Ann. So think of block number 2 as our mile block. We went around the track a total of 3 times so far. We only have a quarter of the way to go. It means one more lap around the track and then we get a break. So let's make this round our best round so far. Make your focus laser tuned and really work on strengthening through the upper body. Don't just go through the motions. Don't just race through them to get to the next exercise. Think about the why. Think about what we're doing to build. Think about how we're getting stronger. 2-minute warning, guys, coming up on the 2-minute warning. We need to, for any of these exercises where we're coming onto that flat palm, you can always take your hand and make it into a fist and use the flat side of the fist, or you can grab the other dumbbell and hold yourself up on that other dumbbell like we do in class. "90 seconds. Remember to breathe, guys, I promise. Breathing's super important. Use that air to help push you through to that next rep. Use the air coming in to recover those muscles. We got 60 seconds, and we'll hit block number 3. As creatures of balance and habit, make sure that if we're finding ourselves finishing in balance with that plank row, we need to adjust it up. 30 seconds. "15. Last 5. 2, 1, and done. If we need to again, finish up with balance. Block number 3 from June 18th. So we have a push to an all out. We rest, we go all out, we rest, we go all out. 6 minutes, 2 rounds, 30 seconds of work, always 15 seconds of recovery. So our push is gonna be squats, regular old body weight squats, booty reaches back, knees stay behind those toes. Squat jacks, open and close the feet. Pew, sit that booty down. If we need to, we can always go into a step jack instead. Just make sure we're getting that heart rate up really high. 15 seconds, we'll walk it out. Then we're gonna find ourselves going into high knees. And drive it up, come on girl, you can do it, you can do it. There we go. She does the thigh tap method. If you want to, you can always use those arms as well to drive up with those elbows. If we need to, we tap it here instead. Take a break, take a breath, and then, you know, my favorite exercise of all time, well, one of my favorites. You guys are really starting to learn the truth about Coach Mel's desires and what she doesn't like to do. Tuck jumps. We're going to bring those knees up towards the chest. Try to give those legs a little slap, thinking like a cheerleader on your own in the basement today. If we need to, do a drive knee step instead. Little jump or a marching step. So again, 2 rounds through, 30 seconds of work, 15 of recovery. You guys ready? We're starting with squats, just regular old body weight squats in 3, 2, 1, begin. This is our push effort. By that 15-second mark, you should be feeling uncomfortable. We're heating that body up, getting ready for what's gonna happen. 10 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, squat jacks. If we need to not jump today, we step squat instead. So remember, both knees are gonna stay bent. It's not like a lateral lunge where we're coming out straight through the leg. We're just taking it side to side to make it a little more dynamic. Nice, Erin. Halfway and we get a break. Two, 1, and rest, 15 seconds. So I don't usually play the sympathy card, but my husband and I ran 12.5 miles yesterday, so don't judge my not jumping today. High knees. We're gonna get into them. 2, 1, high knees. Drive it up. Can't make those knees go very high? It's okay. Just taking a quick little step. Should feel like an all out. should feel really uncomfortable. We have 15 seconds till we rest. You better get that pace up. In 3, 2, 1, and rest. 15 seconds, and then we're going into those tuck jumps. Again, we can do a big tuck jump. We can do a baby tuck jump. We can do a knee drive in. Whatever works for you. 2, 1, begin. Whatever we're doing, make it explosive. Tire out that entire body. Challenge those lungs. More than halfway through. 5, 2, 1, and rest. We have 1 whole minute to rest, and then we're going to do that whole thing again. Then we're done block number 3, and then all that's left is block number 4. You guys are crushing it today. Walk it out, breathe it out. Enjoy that it's 30 seconds of tuck jumps to a 1 minute recovery as opposed to the other way around. Yay! 30 seconds. So I know some of us are thinking, man, I don't need actually all of this 30 seconds, but think about how much bigger and brighter we can build this entire round. If you guys feel that this was too much recovery, then let's work just a tiny bit harder. We don't have to kill ourselves, but just a tiny bit harder at each and every exercise as we work our way through the block. In 3, 2, 1, squats, regular body weight squats. Chest is up, booty reaches back, tailbone tucked underneath. Hook the magnet from your tailbone to your belly button ring. Look at that, more than halfway through. Keep it up, keep it up. We got 5. Right into those squat jacks from here. If we need to, we can step jack or step squat instead. And begin. Halfway. Remember what we said, guys. This isn't all out. You better be feeling it. 5. And rest, 15 seconds. Enjoy this 15. And then we're going into those high knees. She's got really a cute prance. I love it. With the braids. It's good. And begin. High knees. Again, can't get those knees so high. It's fine. Just quick foot exchange. You can keep those arms stationary or incorporate them and get that heart rate a little bit higher. Come on, 5, 2, 1, and rest. We have 15 seconds, then 30 seconds of tuck jumps. Then we're all done block number 3. And just one more block. Walk it out. And begin. Tuck jumps. Again, if we need to instead, powerful knee drive, whatever we got in us. Create that really uncomfortable sensation. Remember, today's really uncomfortable, maybe a little different than yesterday's, maybe a little different than tomorrow's. Big picture, guys, big picture. 10 seconds. In 2, 1, and done. Oh my goodness, block 4 from April 18th. Do you remember when it was April? No, I don't think it ever was. April that never was. So we're gonna go ahead and we'll take a seat down on the ground and we're gonna take it into a weighted sit up. Ooh, luggage. Do you remember when they used luggage, guys? That was fun. So what's gonna happen here is we're gonna sit it all the way down. sit it back up. Try not to throw the weight forward using momentum to bring ourselves up. Let's use our muscles instead. I would rather you go weightless and make this pretty than use the weight and feel like you have to push yourself a little bit harder. Then we're going to take it into a seated torso rotation, lightening the load ever so slightly, shoulders back and down. See, these are the old blocks, one that took forever to demonstrate through. That's what we'll go ahead and fast forward it. Hold the weight close to your chest. Knees are a little more at 90. Twist and twist. The farther we lean back, the more abdominals we engage. Remember, we want that whole body to twist, including the head. After 20 in total, the demos took forever. We then are going to find ourselves going into a plank pull through. Plank position, we're going to pull the weight across. We are going 20 in total. That is 5 to each side, you know, math. That's 10 to each side. Reach across the body and pull it through. Reach across the body and pull it through. If we need to, we take it onto our knees instead. Last exercise, back extension. We're going to lay down on our tummies, just like super people, and we are going to lift and lower. Come on, come on. There we go. We're going to extend the arms out in front. Oh, we're not. We're going to take those hands behind the head. We're going to lift it up through here. If you want to, you can extend the arms up. 15 repetitions. Girl's got some flexibility and some strength in her back. Lift whatever you can. Keep your toes on the earth. We have 5 minutes here. We're going 15, 20, 20, and 15. And then that's it, guys. This is the end of the workout. So let's make sure we make the core burn before we're done. In 3, 2, 1, begin. Seated or weighted sit-ups. Again, I would rather you guys go weightless and be able to keep your heels on the ground and not use momentum than throwing the weight forward and heaving yourself up to the sky. How do we keep ourselves from using momentum instead of muscles? Glue your elbows into the sides of your body and do not let them move. Glue the weight to your chest. Do not let it move. Killing it, guys, killing it. This core block isn't all about the heart rate. It's all about strengthening through the midline. Lots of plank stuff today. That's okay. Just means we're working on stabilization. Core isn't all about that fancy six-pack. It's about the girdle that goes all the way around. We got to strengthen the entire torso to keep ourselves safe during the rest of our exercises. Ooh. I'm telling you guys, if in that seated torso rotation, your back is actually flat and you're sitting with a strong, tall spine, even if you're sitting up tall, it's going to be hard as hell. The longer your spine, the more those shoulders are back and down, the more you're going to feel it in your obliques. That plank pull through. Just like in that low row, it's not about what is moving, it's about what isn't moving. 20 in total or 10 each. We need to come on the knees, but do not let that booty run away. Think of this final block as a core endurance block. So again, we're not going to end with that high heart rate. We did that in that previous block with those all outs. Here, we're going to end feeling fatigued through the torso, feeling the blood pumping through the body, but not so exhausted as we did in those tough jumps. That's okay. Different blocks should cause different results. Hot damn, team. Time flies when you're having fun. We have 1 minute, just 60 seconds left in this block. I mean, 60 seconds left in our workout today. Drive it a little bit harder, dig in just a little bit deeper. Do not stop. "30 seconds. Smile is glued on your face. Promise. It's a little bit easier. You think happy thoughts. Like only 15 seconds left. Final 15 of class. Treat it like that all out kind of feel. In 2, 1, and done. Congratulations. I'm going to go ahead and pause this. We'll go ahead. Pause. Stop that share. Bring you guys all up. Hey. Good job, finishing up, Jill. I like that you end in balance. Okie dokes. Bye, Andre. Have a beautiful day. I will see you later. Tomorrow? Okay, I'll see you tomorrow, buddy. Okie dokes. Let's go ahead and stretch it out. Inhale, sweep it all the way up to the sky. Exhale, swan dive it all the way down. Hands to thighs, to shins, fingers to the feet. Let those hamstrings ease, fingers to the floor. Bend through the knees if we need to get those fingertips down to the earth. We're going to step the left foot back as far back as it goes. Left knee comes to the ground, and we're going to lift the chest into our lunge. Let's take the left arm across the body. Hug it close with the right. Drop the left shoulder down into the back pocket and get that stretch through the side body. We're going to get a shoulder stretch. I know it's going to seem like a chest stretch, but I promise we're hitting the front side of the shoulders. Release it out. Circle sweep the hands behind. Interlace the fingers behind the back and roll the shoulders back and down. Now, big breath in. We are going to hinge it forward. Bring the right shoulder on the inside of the right knee. Press the knuckles to the sky and feel the shoulders peel apart. Belly button in. If we need to, come to that right thigh for support. Use that shoulder, hook it in. If we'd like to get a little bit deeper, we can sink into that hip. Keep the shoulders squeezing together. Keep the chest open. Core strength, inhale it up. Release those hands down to the ground. Bring the right knee back to meet the left. High knee meets heels, child's pose. Let the upper body melt for just a moment. Extending those arms as far forward as they're going to go. Look at that place between our hands. Shift it forward. Step that left foot between the hands and bring the chest up. Right arm's going to come across the body and we're going to give it a hug. Big breath in. Exhale, release it. Circle sweep behind. Interlace the fingers. Try to put the other thumb on top. If you don't know what that means, that's okay. Big breath in. Exhale, hinge it forward. Can you keep your palms together? Can you keep your knuckles reaching to the sky? We need to hook ourselves onto that left kneecap, so be it. We can sink a little bit deeper. That's cool as well. Do not let that left knee go in front of the left toe. Do not let the arms come over the head, but instead keep reaching away from the middle of the sternum. Pull your belly button in and sink a little bit deeper into that lunge. Inhale it up. Go ahead and exhale it down, fingers to the ground. Bring the left knee back to meet the right, high knee meets heels, child's pose. Sweep the arms alongside of the body, resting the forehead towards or even upon the floor. Let the shoulders hang heavy and just relax for a moment. Let's go ahead and bring those hands to the ground, shifted forward into that all fours position. Do a couple of good cat and cows here. Exhale, we arch it up. Good peel through the shoulder blades. Feel that stretch. Roll the shoulders back and down and pull the chest through the window of the arms. Looking at the wall in front of us, we drop the abdominals. We squeeze the shoulder blades to the tailbone to the shoulder blades. Exhale, take it back up into that cat. We're gonna rock it forward, bringing the shoulders over the fingertips. We're gonna rock it back, bringing those hips closer to those heels. We're gonna shift it to the right, get a good stretch through the wrists. We're gonna shift it to the left, keeping that spine up, all the stretches through the shoulder blades. Bring it back through midline, roll the shoulders back and down, pull the chest through the window of the arms. The same thing is gonna happen now in our cow. So go ahead and shift the body forward. Shoulders are going to come over those fingertips. Shift the body back. Sink the high knee towards the heels. Let's take it over to the right. Arch that spine. We haven't changed the spine position. We're just changing the body in relation to the wrists. And take it over to the left. Shift it back through midline. Swing those legs around and drop that booty down. Go ahead and find ourselves scooching the heels towards the high knee towards the heels and lowering it down all the way down onto the ground. Go ahead and bring the knees into the chest, and we're gently going to rock it left to right and right to left. Coming back through midline, feet together, knees open in our reclined butterfly. We're going to do some wrist stuff. Go ahead and take the left hand up towards the sky. The palm's going to face towards the ceiling. We've done a lot of stretching like this, so we don't necessarily need to work on pulling back through those fingers. Just think about straight arm. Think about keeping the shoulder down. Now turn the palm to face towards you, fingers pointing down towards the foot. Take the right hand on the back of the left hand. Press the left shoulder down in the ground. Pull the top of the left hand ever so slightly down, belly button to the spine, chin towards the chest. Ease into it. Feel the arm getting longer and the wrist getting stretchier. Release it out. I want you to shake it out. We're going to go to the other side. So palm faces up. We got to get that set position. Think about shoulder down into the ground, chin towards the chest, belly button in. Knees are falling open. Turn the palm to face towards you. Left hand grabs the back side, and we gently assist. So we're not locked in the elbow. We're just letting ourselves ease down into the ground. So instead of thinking about pulling the hand into the wrist and the elbow, think about pulling the hand into the shoulder. Stack joint upon joint upon joint, using the floor as your foundation. Instead of thinking about pulling the hand down, think about pressing the wrist up. Release it out, just like the hokey pokey, shake it all about. We're gonna come down with those hands, bring the feet or the knees up, the feet hip distance apart. Shift to one side or the other. We're gonna roll all the way onto our all fours. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, drop the heels, downward facing dog, walk it back. And roll it up. Shoulders down, 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 deep in the back pockets. Big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Round of applause for yourself. Round of applause for your neighbors. So